guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to do a little book shopping / tour of my bookshelves. We're gonna do a little bookshelf tour after we go to the bookstore. So we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble's and I will see you there. We're back, and these are the books that I got. Ooh, fun, right? We're gonna go through them. So, I got The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book in the Poppy War trilogy. I read the first Poppy War book on my Kindle, so I don't actually have the physical book of it. But I gave that one almost a 5-star. Like, I really enjoyed it. The politics and war and like calling of the gods was super interesting and cool. And I'm excited to, and that one left off on like a pretty interesting, just like, I don't know, it was like the end of the massive event that happened in the end of that book. Who knows where things are gonna go from there. So we have this one and I'm super excited to get into it. I don't know when I'm gonna start this. I think I still need like a little bit of a brain break from these like heavy politics books, but yeah. Book number 1. Book number 2, we got Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I think that's how you say his name. Sure. This is a sci-fi book that I don't know a lot about. At least I think one of my friends really enjoyed this book, so I'm excited for that. But on the back, it gives like a little description. Basically, a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. Sure. We have Ryland Grace is the sole survivor of a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and Earth will perish. What an interesting first line. That's really gonna get your attention. I don't know a lot about it. I haven't read a lot of sci-fi. I read Red Rising by Pierce Brown last summer. I'm in the middle of Morning of Golden Sun. So I don't know when I'm gonna finish that book, but I really enjoyed it. And that was very like dystopian-esque and like sci-fi. And then I think Light from Uncommon Stars is like kind of under sci-fi, but maybe it's just because it has to do with like people from space. Yeah, I'm excited to read more of this sci-fi genre. And he's especially like he wrote The Martian, so it's probably good. Book number 2. For book number 3, we have Dark Rise by C.S. Patchett. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. This has the like little quotes on the front from authors. We have V. Schwab and we have Chloe Gong. Okay, so I'm sure this is great. I don't know what it's about. Well, it's a fantasy YA. On the back it says, an ancient world of magic, along with its battles between light and dark, has disappeared. But a dark boy, Will, is about to discover it has only been lying in wait. And then the end part says, can Will and the last heroes of the light prevent the dark fate that destroyed the old world from returning? Who knows? This was like a book that I've been seeing around and it's been on my like Goodreads one to read. I'm excited to read this book. I like YA fantasy. I like fantasy, so it sounds good. And I'm excited to read. Book number 3. Book number 4, not related to any of these genres. We have Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have not read any Emily Henry books. It's a shame. It's a tragedy, really. But I'm not really like, I don't read a lot of romance books, so I haven't really gotten into like her or like any similar authors. Different like YouTubers I watched love this book. Like, they rave about this book. So I've heard so many good things. I am excited to step into another genre. I don't know. I feel like I stick to like fantasy because I like the magic and I like fantasy things. So we'll see how I like it. I've been liking the YA fantasy books that I've read, the Lynn Painter books. So it's summer. Look at them go. That is a summery book if I've ever seen one myself. Don't know what it's about. Who knows? We're just gonna jump in. Right? So this is book 4. Those are all the books that I got at Barnes & Noble's. I also, when I went there, they didn't have Thorfall, I think it's called, which is the second book in the Foundry Side trilogy. They're ordering that, so I'm gonna pick it up in a couple days. So I'm excited to read that one also. That is the second book in the trilogy, and I just read the first book. I just finished it yesterday. So I'm super excited to get into that one. We are going to jump into a bookshelf tour. Here we have my nice pretty bookshelf, the top 2 of the taller bookshelf that I have. So we have, well, okay, first on top, I don't know if you can see, we have my little cat stuffed animal, and then a bear and a tiara and a gnome. Those have been there for a long time. So the top shelf is mostly books that I have read already. I've read practically all of them except for Vengeful, and then Vicious was also right next to here, and then these two in the Red Rising. We have Babel by R.F. Kuang. We have the Atlas 6 in the like original cover, and then the Alice Paradox. I don't have the third one. I want to read it even though it's been like rated really poorly. I still want to read it. We have my little welded mouse that sits right here. Vengeful and Vicious were right here. The Red Rising trilogy that I've read the first one and half of the second one. This is How You Lose the Time War. The Raven Cycle series. This series, it's so good. I read it winter into spring, like spring break time, and I just binged all of the books. They are phenomenal. Every single book was like 5-star. And I loved it so much. If you take anything away from this, is that you should read these books. Starts with the Raven boys, and you have these 4 boys: Gansey, Ronan, Adam, and Noah. And then Blue is the main girl character. And there's ghosts, and there's a mystery, and they go on a little treasure hunt type of thing. And it's fantastic and wonderful, and I highly recommend. Next we have the Ace of Shades trilogy. Ace of Shades, King of Fools, and Queen of Vaults, which is by Amanda Foody. I really like her books. That one's about like a gambling town, like a casino district type of thing. You have the main guy who is a part of this like gang. There's different gangs, and he's like this brilliant poker dealer. But you should read them. At least the first one. The first one's very good. By like the second and third one, you are introduced to so many characters, and it's, if you just haven't read them right in a row, like I read them pretty spread out, I was thoroughly confused. But they're good, and I still recommend them. All of Us Villains and All of Our Demise, also co-written by Amanda Foody and then Christine Lynn Herman. These books, it's a similar, like, it's like Hunger Games-esque and like similar to like the Red Rising, kids killing each other type of thing. It is so good. I loved these 2 books. The different characters you get and like the different everything. They're so good. I highly recommend. This is like the favorite shelf, right? And then we have Ace of Spades, also very good, about 2 kids in school who deal with a lot of things. I highly recommend. Oh, and then up there I have this little elephant. Don't know who made it, don't know who painted it. It's there though. Then down to my prized possessions shelf. Like, I love this shelf. We have different school books. This is like school or other category of book. And then here we have the good ones, right? We have If We Were Villains by Emma Rio, one of my favorite books of all time. I really need to reread it because I fully don't remember the whole plot. It's about these kids who go to this Shakespeare college. It's great. Dark academia, fantastic. Both the white and black copy of Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. These are also some of my prized possessions. The black copy is signed by Neil Gaiman, personally. So, not to flex or anything, but one of my favorite books. We have the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, and then The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. I love this trilogy. It's so good. You have magic, the 4 different Londons. Oh, let's see if I can remember them. White London, gray London, red, white, gray, and then black. You have Kel, who is, I think they're called Antari, where he can basically travel between the different Londons, because normally they're like fully separate from each other. And then there's different levels of magic in each London. Highly recommend that trilogy. It's fantastic. Then we have 2 Shakespeare books, and then some different just like books that I either read for school or used for school in some sense. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This book is very good. I highly recommend it. Not gonna tell you anything about it. It's based on a true story, I think. You should read it. The Secret History by Donna Tartt, Gatsby, Rebecca, Jane Eyre. And then we have a gnome, 2 broken film cameras. They don't work. We have my Sirius Black Funko Pop. We have a little bicycle, and then my little poker chip. These 2 are like the prized possession. Like, we love these shelves, right? And then moving down, we have my like middle school / kid shelf. First we have just like notebooks, a little jar, little wash line, cute, 2 pigs, and this little fairy, and a key. Many of them I have not read, or I read when I was younger. So maybe I'll do like a reading books off of my like middle school shelf sometime. We have like Song of Achilles, They Both Die at the End, City of Bones, The Leaving, which I was like the kid who was like, let's go to a bookstore. And then like I would pick out one random book that I knew nothing about, and then I would not read it because I didn't read it that much when I was like a little, well, when I was in like more like middle school, I didn't read a lot. Some of these are of that genre. 2 John Green books, some other books that I like read in school. You know, we have like Story Thieves and like The Land of Stories, The Time Fetch. These books, I don't think I've read this, but these ones like on the back, my dad and I used to read, like my dad would read them to me when I was little. But I guess it's about these like different like little mysteries, like detectives, like kids book. Moe and Dale Adventures. These ones, I think. They're good. I think. I don't remember fully. We have some like picture books that I read that I really enjoyed when I was a kid. We're lower in. We are going all the way to the bottom. And then I was that kid. We have a whole shelf of different like Harry Potter related books. We're not gonna get into them. And then we have some other just like random books that I picked up. We have some different like environmental ones, and then these random books that look cool. Another gnome, and then we have like a theater book down there. And then this is my like last shelf where it has like, we have just like a jar of coins, miscellaneous swan holder of things, just some different like journals and coloring things, and then different records. We have like Harry and then Niall and then some other random ones. And my musicals book. This is that one shelf, my big tall standing shelf. And then we can move on. It's my little one. We're down on the ground now. My newest bookshelf that I got for Christmas. I have the books that we just hauled, that we just got, that I need to put somewhere in here. So I guess we'll go through that. They'll just stay right here for now. Here we have more of my like young adult or funner books. More fun books. The Inheritance Game trilogy, A Deadly Education, which I did not like it. The House in the Cerulean Sea, Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I have a little TBR stack from those, Better Than the Movies, and then A Good Girl's Guide to Murder also goes on this shelf. This is the middle shelf. This is more like fantasy and then like also heist-esque books. So we have Lies of Locke Lamora, which I really want to read. I'm very excited to read that. We have Six of Crows, Jade City, and then Jade War. The Gilded Wolves, Scythe, Light from Uncommon Stars. Foundry Side is also going to go on this shelf. Here we have more of also fantasy, less like politics and war and like heists and, you know, stuff like that. We have Powerless by Lauren Roberts, which I'm very excited to start reading because I've heard great things about it. A Study in Drowning, did not like. Caraval by Stephanie Garber, have yet to read. We have the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which I have read. Foul Lady Fortune, Foul Heart Huntsman by Chloe Gong. So down here we have Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare and Blood Debts. We have the first Hunger Games book, and then the Percy Jackson series, but not the first one. Don't know where it went. Who knows? We also just have sitting right here A Sand Country Almanac by Aldo Leopold. And then I also have this like ultimate reading challenge that I got, which has a bunch of different like reading goals and challenges that I have done some of. That kind of sits down here. We also have the guitar. On top we have, this is just a bucket full of like kind of random stuff. It has some of those like prizes that were from the reading challenge. My Lego Captain America, who just sits there. This little collection of little toy cars, octopus-like thing, but it only has 4 legs that my director gave me during my last show that I did. My little polar bears, cute little hedgehog who is very soft and who's holding a little mushroom. And then my like current video TBR is here. And then also my Kindle, little Kindle tour. Just some bookish like stickers that I got. Little Captain America, I'm with you to the end of the line quote with him and Bucky. Bucky sticker is on my computer and Steve lives here. If We Were Villains, To the World, which is from Good Omens stack of Shakespeare books. A Serious Constellation. It's my little impromptu Kindle tour and it's living right here for now. So we need to find a place to put these books. I think Happy Place is gonna go on, currently it's just mostly like YA books, but there's some like romance ones, and the like color scheme fits the vibe, you know. Happy Place is gonna go there. This bookshelf is like, it's getting full. I feel like one of these like fits the vibe. I think it's gonna be Dragon Republic. I'll stick it right here. Hopefully it fits. Fits is a very loose word for what just happened. She's snug in there. And then this shelf is full, so we can't put anything there. I guess these two are gonna go on the shelf down here. Go on the shelf down here. That is my bookshelf tour. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you have any similar favorites to me. I highly recommend that you read some of those books on like those top 2 shelves that I recommended. They're so good. Yeah, that is all for today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe, comment down below if you've read any of these books, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!